You know that feeling? You wake up, it's 6:47 a.m., just a few minutes before your alarm is supposed to go off. You've been at the same company for years now, you've got a good salary, you've got stability, but you just can't shake this feeling deep down that you're completely, totally stuck.
Okay, let's get right into this. Because that feeling, it is not a coincidence. Not at all. It's actually the result of a system that is brilliantly designed to work exactly this way. It's called the salary trap, and today, we're not just going to break down how it works, we're going to map out your escape.
So here's the core problem. It's a paradox. You've got the security of a steady paycheck, right? A good job, benefits, the whole package. But that very security, well, it can start to feel like a cage. A really comfortable prison where your lifestyle is the warden and you're always just one bad month away from things falling apart.
Let's make this real for a second, and I want you to be totally honest with yourself. If you walked away from your job right now, no more paychecks, how long could you keep your life going as it is? 1 month? Maybe 3? 6? Your answer to that question reveals just how fragile that security really is.
You know, if you answered less than 3 months, you're not alone. You are in the vast majority. In fact, over 60% of professionals couldn't keep their lifestyle going for more than a single month without their salary. Just let that sink in for a minute. Most of us are living one bad month away from a real financial crisis. And listen, this isn't a personal failure. It's the trap working perfectly.
So how does this trap actually get its hooks in you? Well, it all starts with this illusion of prosperity. It's a clever psychological trick that basically chops up your paycheck into tiny, almost invisible pieces before you even get a chance to touch it.
So let's talk about Sarah. She's 34. She makes $85,000 a year, which, by the way, puts her in the top 20% of earners in the country. On paper, she's a huge success. She should feel financially secure, maybe even wealthy. But she really doesn't. And here's why.
What's so wild about this is how the system just carves up her money. Sarah gets paid every 2 weeks. After taxes, her take-home is about $2,458. But the system doesn't just hand her that cash. Oh no. Instead, it fragments it. AutoPay immediately grabs $1,200 for rent, another $550 for her car payment and insurance, $400 for food, $260 for bills and all those subscriptions. It all just happens.
And this number right here, this shows the devastating result. After all those invisible little transactions have taken their cut, this is what Sarah has left to build a future with. For 2 whole weeks, $48. Now, she doesn't feel deprived. She's got a nice car, a nice apartment, but she is absolutely 100% not getting ahead. So, this is the key point. Fragmentation is a mind game. The money comes in as one big, exciting number, but it leaves in dozens of small, forgettable little chunks. Your brain never quite processes that you're just breaking even. The system gives you a great lifestyle, not wealth, and it creates just enough comfort to stop you from asking the really important questions.
Okay, now let's talk about the second part of the trap. And honestly, it's even more sneaky. This is how the system makes sure that even when you start earning more money, you stay just as dependent on that next paycheck. It's a mechanism called the golden handcuffs.
Economists call it lifestyle inflation. But that sounds kind of passive, doesn't it? Like it's something that just happens to you. In reality, it's the system's most powerful tool for locking you in. It weaponizes that very natural human desire to reward our hard work by upgrading our lives, and the system encourages it every step of the way.
And this cycle is dangerously predictable. First, you get that promotion, you get a raise, and for a minute, you feel amazing. You feel free. So what do? You celebrate by inflating your lifestyle. A nicer car, a bigger apartment, more expensive nights out. But pretty soon, that new lifestyle isn't a luxury anymore. It becomes your new normal. And now you need that higher salary just to keep it all going. The handcuffs just got a little tighter.
And here's the proof in black and white. At $60,000 a year, your financial buffer is pretty small. Then, boom, you get a huge raise to $90,000. Your income just shot up by 50%. But look what happened. Your rent went up, your car payment more than doubled. So despite this massive jump in your salary, your financial buffer, your actual freedom, is still dangerously, terrifyingly small.
And this, right here, this is the single most important thing to take away from all of this. It is not the size of your paycheck that makes you free, it's the size of the gap between what you earn and what you spend. See, the system is designed to keep that gap as tiny as possible, because a person with no gap is a person who has to show up to work tomorrow, no questions asked.
So how do you break out of this thing? Is it hopeless?
Absolutely not. But I'm going to be real with you. Escaping requires a radical shift in how you think. It's not about just earning more. It's about seeing the game for what it is and then deciding to play it completely differently.
Your escape starts the moment you start asking different questions. Instead of just asking, how do I make more money? You start asking, why does all my money disappear? Instead of just chasing the next promotion, you start asking, how do I build things I own, real assets, instead of just taking on more monthly payments? The very first step is to stop confusing these two things. Your salary is income. It is temporary. It stops the second you stop working. Wealth, on the other hand, is what you own, your savings, your investments, things that work for you even when you're sleeping. Your salary is a stream that can be shut off at any time. Wealth is the reservoir you build for yourself.
So here's your strategy, and it's actually pretty simple. First, you attack the gap. You make it your #1 mission to widen that space between what comes in and what goes out. Second, you take every single dollar from that gap and you redirect it into assets, things that put money back in your pocket, not take it out. And third, you use those assets to build the ultimate goal, optionality.
Because optionality, that is the real prize. The moment you have 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved up, the entire power dynamic of your life shifts. You're not trapped anymore. You can negotiate your salary from a position of strength. You can take a smart risk on a new idea. You can walk away from a toxic job without even blinking. You've bought back your freedom to choose.
Look, the salary trap is real. It's sophisticated, but it is not inescapable. The people who break free aren't luckier or smarter. They just woke up. They saw the system for what it was and decided that the illusion of comfort was no longer worth the price of their freedom. And right now, you get to make that same choice.